Why is it that when we speak negative, we believe it, but when it's time to speak positive against ourselves, it's just baffling? Hello, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Jenna. Nice to meet you. I haven't done one of these in a minute. I've been going through so freaking much, y'all. Like, I've moved to Houston. A lot of changes have happened, but I am very grateful because my life has gone through so much within the past month. I think I'm more than qualified to talk about this topic, the power of the tongue. Yeah, there's a few instances that have been happening, but we're going to talk about what the power of the tongue is, how to channel that into your life, power of the tongue in relationships, power of the tongue trying to reach your dreams, power of the tongue in general. And when I tell y'all I have learned a life lesson in speaking death instead of life into my life, y'all, I feel like we should just get right into the video. But little disclaimer, obviously some of y'all know me from TikTok. When I tell you, so many girls reach out to me on a daily. It's just such a beautiful thing, and that's why I started this series, just so we could have a one-on-one session of what I'm learning and what I want to encourage other women to do, because that's what I'm building my platform on, empowering other women. Lots of good stuff coming up soon, but for now, if you haven't already, sign up for my Girls Sip and Talk. Next event is December 1st, where we become girls. We're giving advice, being there for each other, doing giveaways, activities. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So go ahead and sign up. Link is going to be in the description box. This is definitely what I'm starting my platform on. This is the Becoming Her series because I'm trying to become her, my best self. So come along with the journey, babe, and let's see what I just learned. Okay. Power of the tongue. What is that? Who, what, when, where, why? What is you talking about, you crazy girl? So I've heard the power of the tongue ever since I was a little girl, and I'm a Christian. I grew up in a Christian household. That's what has been instilled in me literally since I was a baby. Like, control your tongue, control your emotions. Whatever you say is going to be spoken into your life, but it's always gone in one ear and out the other. And it hasn't really hit me until my 23rd year of life last month. And I'm just noticing once certain situations happen, you know, you kind of piece together everything else in your life, and you're just like, wow, like that makes so much sense. When I say power of the tongue, I mean what you think is what you think, but what you speak, it then becomes alive, and you're speaking it into your life. You're making it prone to happen because you're giving it life. You're giving those words life. Right? And me being frivolous Jenna, going in one ear and out the other ear Jenna, I was just saying crazy things, right? And I'm just like, who cares? Like, these are just words, but y'all, that stuff is real. So let me tell y'all what the power of the tongue actually means by definition on Google. It refers to the idea that words spoken, even though seemingly small, have a significant impact on others, capable of causing great harm or immense good, especially holding the power to bring life or death through the way that they are used. So yes, so that's the definition of the power of the tongue. And as I am reading the Bible, growing into my Christianity and my faith and my relationship with God more, I see how important it is to watch your mouth in the Bible. Like, it talks about what you speak, you know, be careful of what you speak, you know, your tongue is life or death and things like that. So these are just some realizations that I've been having, and I wanted to share that with y'all before we get into the video and give you guys a little bit of background of what I've learned and how to apply it in different areas of your life. Okay, what stood out to me in this definition is seemingly small. It said the idea that words spoken, even though seemingly small, have a significant impact on others. Seemingly small. When I say that out loud, I think of the imagery of a snowball, right? Like, you know, a snowball starts off obviously like small. Just say the snowball is going down a slope, right? And it's just piling up more and more and more snow, and it just becomes deadly. It could hurt somebody. You know, if somebody's not paying attention, it could hurt somebody. And that's kind of the imagery of what I think of with words, seemingly small. Like, okay, what these words are small, but once spoken into life, is it that snowball that's gonna knock me out the whirlwind? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of things, it's things like that. Like, just keep that imagery in your head as we go about this story, and as I just tell you all these growth guides and areas you can apply power of the tongue at in your life. Okay. Okay, as y'all know, I have moved right back into Houston, Texas, obviously for unforeseen circumstances, right? And I cannot talk about it. However, there's certain things that have happened that I believe I spoke that brought me here. Sounds crazy, right? But think about it. I've been saying I hate Memphis for so long, how I can't wait to leave. Even if it's without a job, I don't care. I want to move back home. I don't care about anything here. I just want to move home. And you guys, literally all of that has been happening. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. When I was in Memphis, there was a reason why I was having such a miserable time. I don't think I've ever said one positive thing about Memphis except for taco unganas, you know? Little did I know, right? All the negativity that I felt, all of the hurt that I have felt living in that place, I was making it happen, and I was making it my future because I was just speaking so negatively. Now that I'm going through the consequences of certain things, it makes me want to check myself quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I think that's where the power of time comes into play, because obviously, just say for instance, as I said, I could not stand Memphis. I was miserable. I was unhappy. Lord knows. And I didn't allow it time to sink in, or I didn't give myself time to find alternatives. I didn't give myself time to find happiness in Memphis. Well, I really did. I really did, but I could have given myself more time. I was just spewing out things as soon as I felt them. Boom, 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 boom. I feel like if I allowed the power of time to channel within myself so that I can master the power of my tongue, I think I would have been well off. And after that situation happened, I just reflected back on my life. Like, how many negative situations was I in? Right? And then how did I handle that? Did I start talking S-word? Or did I just butter it up and was just the most amazing, gracious person? No, baby, I was talking S-word. And then I started to ask myself, okay, did I foreshadow negativity and then just started saying, okay, yeah, I know for sure this is gonna happen. Oh yeah, that mama ain't gonna like me. Oh yeah, I'm already knowing he's gonna do this to me. Oh yeah, like, how did I bring that on myself, you know? So those are some situations that I faced. So I want to talk about application. Let's talk about application to yourself, application to your relationship, and application to your aspirations. Application to yourself. I used to think people were Looney Tunes when I would hear, oh, you have to manifest this and channel this and the power of the universe, this and the law of attraction. And if you did it, like I was looking at y'all like manifestation, prayer, speaking into the earth gravitational forces of level of attractiveness. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, don't get me wrong, I still don't believe in some of that stuff. I'm a Christian woman. I don't believe in attraction, gravitational pulls, earthly realms. I don't know. But what I can say I believe in is speaking positivity works. Say for instance, you're going through insecurities, right? You wake up in the morning. It's okay to look at yourself and be like, I'm beautiful. I am worthy of everything. I'm going to have an amazing day. I'm going to be productive. And I'm not going to let distractions deter me from my success, or deter me from what I have to do today, and deter me from what I have to accomplish this week. A lot of people think that that's cringy, but it's necessary, because what you speak, you will believe, right? Like, once you say it, you're going to be like, oh, wow, like that was beautiful. Like, that was beautiful to say. You expect someone else to say it for you, but when it's time for you to say it for yourself, it's cringy. What? why can't you call yourself beautiful? Why can't you speak those things over yourself so that it could become your mantra, right? That's for a person with insecurities. Just say a person who's looking for a job and you want that interview, oh, I'm not qualified. Like, I applied to this job so many times before, I got denied, but now I got the interview. Just don't know, I'm nervous. No, because if you say you're nervous, you're gonna be nervous. Alter that. Be like, I got this. That interview is mine, that job is mine, and I'm going to get it, right? Why is it that when we speak negative, we believe it, but when it's time to speak positive against ourselves, it's just baffling and not gonna happen in an unlikely situation, and you're full of uncertainty of the positive point of view, but you're first certain on the negative point of view. It's like, what's wrong with this? You're applying the power of the tongue amongst yourself. It all starts with a thought, right? So I was on TikTok the other night and I saw this man. He was like a millionaire, billionaire, whatever you may have it. I talked about this in one of my TikToks. This man was basically saying, you are what you think. And he was breaking it down for you. Everything you say started with a thought. And then when you have a thought, you start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, you speak it. And then when you speak it, you act like it. If you get into a relationship with a man and you're like, oh, he's a hoe. I know he's played all these other girls. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to. I know I'm gonna get played and da-da-da-da-da. And now, next thing you know, you looking at his phone more often, or you asking him where he's at more often, or you don't want him talking to a certain girl more often, or he gotta unfollow this girl. Like, it's true. And that all started because you think that he's going to play you, because that's what he did to other girls that you didn't even know if he liked or not. Another scenario, you got a job, you in corporate America, you finna go into the stakeholders, everybody looking at you like you don't have it going on and things like that, and you start to feel insecure in the workplace. Let you know, you go in there and you present to some stakeholders and you F up the whole presentation, all because it started with a thought. And then you had self-doubt. And then little do you know, you probably on the phone with your mama before the presentation was like, mama, I don't know, I'm nervous, I don't know. And then you go into that presentation and you, like, it all starts with the thought. In my Girl Sip and Talk, I have a devotional deed, and that's something we speak before we start each call. I am beautiful, I am worthy, I'm going to give myself grace, I am worth everything and more. That is a devotional, right? Like that's what I'm speaking over the call, and that's what we need to speak over ourselves. And y'all, ever since I started speaking things upon myself and watching what the heck I say, I'm so much happier. And what I want people to realize, when you start speaking positivity over yourself, you save yourself so much healing time. You save yourself so much agony and hurt. I saw another TikTok where this girl was like, your emotions are fake. She was just saying, like, your emotions aren't real in that moment, because everything is just rushed at you. You have to give it time for your emotions to settle in and settle down. Don't think that way, right? And then you won't speak that way, and then you won't live that way. I got my feelings hurt really, really bad as of recently, and it really made me kind of put things into perspective. And if you know me, you know I don't like talking about things all the time, and you know I'm kind of one to push it down. I'm not gonna lie. I push it down because I get so sad. Like, if I get sad, I get sad, you guys. I was like, man, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to heal. I don't want to pick myself up from this disappointment. Like, I don't want to. I cannot feel like this, because I don't know how long I'm gonna feel like this. Then I woke up one morning, I was doing my morning routine, and then I was about to film my TikTok for the day, and I said in my mirror, I was like, you're beautiful. You're worth everything. You are smart. You are worthy. You will not be sad. You will be happy. You will get things done today, and you will live to see another day, and you will smile in this day. Like, I was speaking at myself in the mirror. The mirror that you're in front of right now, I was speaking to. You would think I was Denzel in a woman's body. Like, I was giving myself that stuff, you know? And I say that to say, I felt so good after, because now that speech that I gave myself, that was in my forefront of my brain. It wasn't back here or unspoken of. It was right here in my brain. And because it was right there in my brain, I started to believe it. I was acting like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be straight. oh yeah, I could do this. I'm finna do this right now. Like, I feel better now. What? All because I spoke positivity? Yes. So before you try to beat yourself up about something or speak negative in your life, think of this. If you don't allow anyone else to speak negatively about you, why do you allow yourself to speak negatively about you? Food for thought. Some things that will help you control your tongue is channeling other factors like time. Time is a virtue, you guys. When you allow time to do its thing, you will be so better off, y'all. I'm not even trying to be funny. Your emotions will calm down. You will be able to assess any situation. You can't assess any situation better than assessing what the heck you say. Watch your mouth. I say this to bring in the topic, power of the tongue while you heal. So as of recently, I got my feelings hurt really bad. And I'm a Pisces, I'm emotional, I'm sensitive, and I bottle a lot of things in. So that kind of just makes the emotions that are already within myself more dramatic than what they should be. I genuinely believe. And when I get sad, I get really sad. My best friend is teaching me how to communicate better and that it's okay to like say how you feel sometimes. And I struggle with doing that in a healthy way, I would say. We were talking, like sending voice memos back and forth, and I'm quick to tell her I don't want to talk about it. Like, I prayed about it, I don't want to talk about it. Or I would try to, and she read me for filth the other day. She said I try to act like situations don't happen, and that's true, because if I allow myself to think of certain situations, that I have not mastered letting things go. Like, I harp on things. If I'm still thinking of something that I said a few weeks ago as a joke, but someone took it the wrong way, and I still feel bad to this day. You know, that's just me being an empath, right? Or that's me trying to better myself and thinking that I'm retracting my growth when I mess up and do things like that. Like, that's a real thing. So it's easy for me to act like things don't happen, because I'm like, okay, if it didn't happen, or if I don't talk about it, it didn't really happen. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a mental mind game that I'm playing with myself. But I do think the first step is admitting it and, you know, trying to get it better. So, you know, first steps of growth when it comes to harboring feelings. But to continue, that's just how I am. So this situation was the situation that I was sad about was very abrupt. It was unfair. I felt like I was getting untreated very fairly. I feel like my point of view was not heard. It was very mentally challenging for me to let that go, because I felt like that person was not understanding what I was saying, and it felt like I was silenced. So I didn't want to talk about it, and I told her, I gave her like an overview. Mind you, this is my best friend. Like, I gave her an overview and I was like, okay, done. And she's like, no, like, I'm gonna say what I have to say. When she did this, it made me respond to what she had to say, even though I did not want to. I feel like that's her little trick of getting me to speak on certain things and, like, you know, not to bottle things in. She be tricking me off. It was a lot of harsh realities in those voice memos that we were sending back and forth. It was a lot of challenging realizations that I did not want to have fixated on my mind, like, at all, because I take it personally and I struggle with letting things go. So in this conversation, I was like, you know what, I feel work, because I was on the way to the gym. The sun was out, the sun was shining. I had my windows rolled down. I had my little Celsius. Like, I was having a really good day. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm getting this done. Let me just send her some voice memos while she's at work. And then we end up start talking about the conversation. And then I was like, you know what? This made me feel a little bit bad all over again. Why did you make me talk about this? And now I'm driving on Highway 6 and I'm just like, ugh. Like, now I got this in my forefront of my mind. And I did not want that to happen. And we ended up talking about it again. And then I was channeling the power of my tongue. And I said, I don't want to talk about this. This made me sad. And I didn't realize what I said till maybe like 3-5 minutes after I said it. But I was like, see, now that's that stuff. You see what I did there? I do not need to be saying now I'm sad. A mature way of speaking would have been, see, I didn't want to talk about that, but I'm glad I did because now I can feel those emotions and know how to handle it. You know, that's how you really should speak. And that's what I did. I memoed her that I was sad about it. And then I thought about it. I memoed her. I was like, you know what? I'm not sad. Like, it is what it is. I'm JennaBhee. You know what I'm saying? Like, next, like, it's okay. And that's stuff, things like that are so important. So that practice, even though it took 3 to 5 minutes for me to realize what I did, that was like a few days ago. And like last night, I was sending another memo. I had a really good opportunity coming up, and I'm speaking it over existence that that opportunity will be mine, because I know it will be if that's in the Lord's will. Amen. And I was just like, oh, I'm nervous. I don't know if I was just like, I'm not nervous. I'm not. That's how you have to speak. You learn to check yourself real quick when your mental health is on the line, for real. It's gonna make you stutter a few times if it's for you to watch that mouth, because you know you finna reap what you sow. You finna live what you just spoke on yourself. It makes you check yourself. I'm telling you guys, and I've been so much happier. The situation with my best friend that I spoke about, sometimes it's good to use the power of the tongue to talk about things you don't want to talk about. It's not necessarily negative, speaking negative in your life, but channeling those negative emotions into positive. And you can't do that unless you speak on it and allow yourself to feel those emotions. And that's exactly what happened to me. If I would have just pushed that stuff down, I probably would have still tried to be bearing those emotions down inside of me. But I feel so free because I was able to speak on it, check myself, and alter all those negative things that I was saying about it. And now I'm able to breathe. I believe if I didn't speak of that situation, I would still be sad, or that the situation that made me saddened would have been right here on my heart. But now I am happy. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't. I have too much going on. It is what it is at this point. I'm thinking of the solutions. And I wanted to share that with you guys because that situation, even though it was so recent, it's so important. And speak of those situations that you don't want to talk about. Use the power of the tongue to bring those things in your forefront so that you'll be able to come up with solutions for them. I'm telling you, it worked. I'm learning, y'all. You cannot shape your reality if you didn't assess your previous one. You have to know what's going on in your life, what you've done in the past, and speak on those situations and speak the solutions to those situations. Speak those life lessons of that situation so they don't repeat. And that's a life lesson that I am so blessed that I learned as of recent. Y'all, you can't move on what you don't accept. So speak it and move on from it. Don't speak negative of it. Assess the negative emotions and move on from it, okay? But yes, you guys, that was my little spill of the power of the tongue, some realizations. We done talked about career, we talked about relationships, we talked about speaking it over your insecurities, speaking it over your person, checking yourself. Y'all got the whole book. Like, call me JennaBhee Jones, okay? Like, becoming her. We're channeling our mindsets. We're challenging our mindsets to try and be the best versions of ourselves, right? I know I am. I don't know about you, but I am. I really like this video. Make sure y'all comment down below what other topics y'all want to discuss. And I think I'm just so qualified because I'm telling you, everything that y'all have asked me for, I have been through, and I'm able to articulate myself really good, get a little story time or two so y'all can follow along visually. But I'm telling y'all, like, I'm your girl. Like, don't play with it, stay with it. You can't stay with it, so you have to lay with it. You can't lay with it, so you have to be okay with it. Burn. I made that up in kindergarten. But yes, you guys, that's my Becoming Her series. That's my power of the tongue, channeling time to heal yourself and letting time do its thing, y'all. Like, it's a real thing. Stay tuned for my vlogs here in Houston. If you haven't already, go ahead and see my last vlog because it's posted. Yeah, I know you like it. Definitely one of my favorite vlogs. But I'm gonna go ahead and film for Glow Melanin. I have my workly duties to do. So I'm gonna have this video up soon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys want to see in the future and or topics for my next Becoming Her series. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace, love, and applesauce. Bye. No, I'm really just